All right. Biden's supposed to be coming out soon. I just don't. I don't see him. We're waiting for Biden. Tell me something I don't know. Come on, Biden. Let's go party. Yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Now these are some glasses. Let's go, Biden. Just waiting on you, big guy. One thing late about Biden, he shows up late to a party. Gosh. Let's go, Biden. We should have some music in the background or something. Let's get some music going. Just surprise me. Boy, he's late today. Come on, Biden. Whenever they say a 5 o'clock press conference, apparently they mean something else. I'm just dancing. Look at the cat. Go, cat, go. Go, cat, go. Yeah. Hit. Slapping the keys. He's a slapping the keys, man. Good Lord. I think I didn't hold my breath. Any day now, Biden. Get a little fresh restart. Nothing. Look at Gumby. This is just it's just a reminder, folks, don't take your life too seriously. It's just not worth it. Good Lord. What are we waiting for?
Press conference is supposed to be at 5 o'clock.
It's turned into 5:20. It's turning into a dance-off. Sorry, folks. I'm waiting for Biden. Still waiting for Biden. Just like my dad. Just never showing up on time. Biden, where art thou? Just waiting on Biden. Where are you, Biden? You'll be beginning shortly. Just 22 minutes late. It's turning into a dance-off. Nothing like a good old Friday dance. Make sure you got your tinfoil hats on, folks.
We're getting into a major one going on right now, folks. We're going to have a good time.
I see some people watching. Get in the chats. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you doing this Friday. Oh. put it on to surprise me. You can never know on the surprise me station what you're gonna get. Just like to start this off. To the little people out there, thank you for doing what you do and your sacrifice and what you're doing. Girl, I'm trying to tell you something. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you something for your good. Yeah. Let the people know it's okay to grow. It's okay to show. Make sure you have the flow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. People are still watching despite me singing. That's when you know it's a good time. Just riffing, we're just raffing. With the snow in the foreground, makes me think about my whole life. What I could have done different. What I should have done different. Who I should have loved and who I should have hated. It makes me want to sing. And the song is over. It goes bling bling. Back to dancing. Come on, Biden. What's going on right now?
To begin shortly, there's like 612 of us sitting here watching like idiots.
Shout out to the 612 other people watching. It's going off like a bottle right now. A bottle of nothing. The old 5 o'clock press conference. Alright, I need something else. It's too repetitive. Here we go.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, waiting for Biden to come on out. Biden, get out here and get down and get your free t-shirt. You're one of the top winners of the afternoon, Joe Biden. I'm wondering if you're feeling nice or looking nice. Joe Biden coming in hot.
You gotta give it up for royalty free music. You never know what you're gonna get and if it's gonna be good. So far this is right on point.
There is not a single thought but you and I tonight. This is the dawn.
That note. Ew, I do not like that. I'm changing this.
Take my hand, make it right.
Pirate's Call. This sounds groovy. Biden apparently is taking his time. Getting that B12 shot.
Go ahead and get that B12 shot before you come out here. Practice what you're going to say.
Sounds like an epic video game trailer.
Join the ranks.
We will conquer this day. This day will live in infamy. Join me as we conquer that which out shall be conquered. What is this? Oh my god. Okay, it's too much. What's this? What's this called?
Calamity of Dread.
Yes. While waiting for Joe Biden, we set forth 3 and 1. to destroy the ring that has given us too much power. And that power could destroy us all. Yes, we wait for Joe Biden and his Korean president. But we wait together. 안녕하세요! I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting crazy waiting for this. It's like a Christmas epic theme. Alright, what's the next song as we wait? I don't know. Here we go. We going freestyle. Just wait for Joe Biden. I ain't lying. Somebody join me and come freestyle. I'll send you a link to join me. Oh, I'm feeling this. It's like a good 80s vibe. Joe, anytime now, bro. Anytime. All right, what's the next song? Give me something. Give me something to laugh at. Oh. Hi. Welcome to the first episode of the Derek O'Shea Show. As we wait for Joe Biden and the President of Korea, we'll wait together as one. I have my stick upper lip and I'm ready for what is about to happen. Welcome to the BBC Network, where the news is state-sponsored. And you can trust it because it's, well, because your tax dollars pay for it. And that's okay, because we give you the facts and the news. Nothing but the facts, so help me God. Oh, Biden, hurry up, man. You're killing me, Smalls. All right, next song. Oh, we're back to the sad music. As I sit back here and think about my whole life, I think about Jenny. Where are you, Jenny? Where did you go? In this snow, ho ho. Jenny, Benny, you two were great together. Jenny, Benny, you two were one forever. Jenny, Jenny, why did you leave that man? Benny, he's Jenny. It's Jenny. Oh my gosh, what is going on? This is taking forever. I think my favorite part of doing this stream so far is watching the people come and go. So you wait for Joe Biden. You're watching a man just go wild. Jenny, why did you leave Uncle Benny? Jenny. Oh, Jenny. We wait for Mr. Benny. Refresh this? Anything new? Nothing. Great. Jenny! Benny! Why, where did you go? You left me so, Benny. Jenny! Alright, next song. I'm enjoying this. I hope you're not. What is this?
In my head,
twists and turns, and I live my life. These people are trying to cry.
God, this is like taking me back to like high school. Next song.
Who will come in times of need? Who will lend a helping hand
This is depressing.
when you heard a cry of bleed?
Next song. Give me some. We're just waiting on Joe Biden, as always. Oh my God.
One man, one army, to defeat them all. Thou shalt not survive this last mission, but you must conquer them all. Never give up. Never surrender!
I'm sorry. Oh, come on, Joe Biden. Hurry up. This is very 80s vibes. This turned from 5 o'clock until... I mean, he was supposed to be on 35 minutes ago. What a bunch of liars. Just looking up. Okay, now it says 5:30 Eastern time. Liars! You said 5. Now it's 5:30.
Hi, I'm a liar.
Just waiting on you. Yeah. Briefing stated to begin at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll tell you what. It's getting on my bad side. All right, next song. Give me something fun.
You wanna live, you wanna love, you wanna rock, well come with me. I'll take you there, I'll make you dream. You're gonna scream, I'll set you free. Right to
What
the
is
top,
this?
I'll give you love, I'll
Ooh, I like this.
Three men. Well, two men. One cat. Wait for a president. Together. As one. Where are you, Biden? Where did you go? Where are you, Biden? Where did you go?
Where did you go, Biden? Where did you go? Where did you go, Biden? Where did you go?
Joe Biden. Where did you run to? Why aren't you doing your press conference today? You said 5 o'clock. It's
it's 5:37. You lied to me. It makes me very sad. This is the things that we must do together. What is going on? I wish they enabled chat on these live streams so people could be like, what is going on? Press conference my butt. Press conference my butt. Press conference so what? Okay, I'm not gonna wait longer than an hour for this junk. I bet the press conference is gonna be like 5 minutes long. Okay. Not doing reggae. As we wait for Joe Biden to show up, we dance, we live it, we live in romance, we do it, we feel very nice inside. Make sure to dance and live your life to the fullest. It's no joke, I'm joking, it's serious. Just waiting on Joe Biden, people. Where did you go, Joe Biden? Joe Biden, where did you go? What is this? No, you're nothing to me. mean, seriously, what is going on? Why is this? He's turning into like 45 minutes late so far. This is ridiculous. 5 o'clock press conference. Where is Joe Biden? You were supposed to start this press conference at 5. I feel like I've been lied to. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Joe Biden, you're like my dad. You never show up on time. You always leave me waiting in that line. Joe Biden, you never pick me up from school. It doesn't feel very cool. Joe Biden. All my friends make fun of me. They say you're my enemy. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. God. Oh my goodness. Slinky, Slinky, go, Slinky, go! been live streaming for like almost 50 minutes waiting for this stupid crap. What is going on? Change the song up. Ah, that feels nice. Kat, take it away. Thank you. Still waiting on Biden? Yeah, that's all right. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for being on my live stream. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and Twitter at the same time. Technology is amazing, isn't it? Something to think about. Chestnuts roasted. Yeah. Girl, tell me if I rule your world. Yeah. Good thing this isn't my full-time job. What the heck, dude?
Earth to Matilda. Where are you, Biden?
Yeah. Thanks for joining the stream. I hope you think it's clean. How are you this afternoon? Feeling so blue. It's only you. Yeah. Good Lord. Do 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 do. What is this? I sense a pride. Oh, finally. Yeah, man! Bloop, 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 bloop.
Happiness in this island in the sun, where the sweet sound of the wind takes you off on the run. And the wind blows in my heart, in my ear.
Finally! Golly! Golly, it took like an hour and a half, it feels like. It's only 55 minutes late. This better be an amazing entrance, or else I'm gonna cry.
Biden is going to enter the scene anytime now. Here he comes, President of the United States of America.
Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for an hour for this. This better be good. Or I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry on screen. I'm not afraid to admit it. Trying to give Biden some epic
Ladies and
walking
gentlemen,
music.
the
Oh,
President
there we
of
go.
the United States and the President of the Republic of Korea.
God, finally. Ladies and gentlemen, this took 25 hours. Here we go. Dun 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 dun. Bye, cat. See you later, cat.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up? Been waiting for an hour.
Today, I've been honored to welcome to the White House President Moon, and I got an opportunity to spend some private time with him as well as with our delegations. This is only the second person, second head of state to visit and the White House since I've been president, and it's been a real joy. It's a reflection of how much we value the 70-year alliance with the Republic of Korea, and how essential we know the relations is to the United States,
Bless you.
the future of the Indo-Pacific region, and quite frankly, to the world. Today has been particularly special because this afternoon, in addition to our bilateral meetings, President Moon participated in a ceremony right in this room that awarding the Medal of Honor to a veteran of the Korean War,
That's
true
cool.
American hero, Colonel Ralph Puckett Jr. And I want to thank you again, Mr. President, for joining us. It was special. I don't know that there's ever been an award of the Medal of Honor with the head of state of the country where the award was won. It meant a great deal to me and to the family and to our country.
Yeah.
And but today not only been an affirmation of our shared history of sacrifice that binds the Republic of Korea and the United States together.
Oops.
It's a commitment to expanding cooperation and shaping our shared future in accordance with our democratic values that have made our nation strong and agile and highly competitive in the 21st century's economies. The Republic of Korea and the United States are both nations built on innovation, and we must both meet the challenges facing us today and look to what is possible for tomorrow. Our partnership is grounded on our ironclad commitment to shared security. Our alliance has long been the linchpin of peace, security, prosperity, and the region growing more prominent and us being together. I was grateful that our two nations were able to quickly conclude a new cost-sharing agreement for forces in Korea in March, which will benefit both our peoples. And I thank again the President for that agreement. Today, we made important progress on a range of issues. We spoke about the shared approach to the Democratic People's Republic in Korea and continuing threat of the DPRK's nuclear and missile programs. My team consulted closely with President Moon's team throughout the process of our DPRK review, and we both are deeply concerned about the situation. Our two nations also share a willingness to engage diplomatically with the DPRK to take pragmatic steps that will reduce tensions as we move toward our ultimate goal of denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Today, I affirm to President Moon that the United States will proceed in close consultation with the Republic of Korea in our strategy and our approach. And to help drive all these efforts, I'm pleased to announce that Ambassador Sung Kim, a career diplomat, and with deep policy expertise, will serve as the U.S. Special Envoy for the DPRK. Ambassador Kim, you're here somewhere today. Stand up, will you? Thank you for being willing to do this. Thank you for taking on this important role. We appreciate it very much. The U.S.-ROK partnership also extends beyond
Go ahead
the
and
Gulf
say
and
something.
Peninsula. They address issues of regional and global concern through stronger cooperation with partners in the region, including the ASEAN, the Quad, and trilateral cooperation with Japan. The multilateral cooperation is particularly important to coordinate an
I love
approach
when he starts to get
to
really
the
loud.
situation that exists in Burma
People are
as we
always
work to pressure the junta to restore democracy for the people of Burma, and to address issues critical to regional stability, such as maintaining freedom of navigation in the South China Sea and preserving peace and stability across the Taiwan Straits. Today, we also discussed ways that the Republic of Korea and the United States will work together to address the challenges of our time, beginning with our efforts to end the COVID-19 pandemic globally. We agreed to establish a comprehensive vaccine partnership to expand the manufacture of vaccines that have been approved safe and effective, and we can scale up global vaccine supplies. We'll strengthen our ability to fight the pandemic and respond to future biological threats. When it comes to fighting climate change, the Republic of Korea and the United States are committed to making ambitious 2030 targets aligned with the effort to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions no later than 2050. And we're going to work together both to mobilize climate finance for developing countries and to make sure that international financing is aligned to promote our climate goals. We also talked about how to harness our nation's technological advantages to ensure the Republic of Korea and the United States are cooperating to shape emerging technologies around our shared value system.
Why was that
This
important to
includes
say
everything
twice?
from strengthening our cybersecurity to deepening our cooperation to build out an open, secure G5 network, or 5G network, I should say. The G5, that's another organization.
The old G5 network.
Organization, Mr. President,
G5.
to secure the 5G networks. And I'm particularly gratified
At least he
that
laughs
so
about it now.
many leading South
Respect
Korean
that.
companies see the benefits of investing in the United States, including this morning's announcement of more than $25 billion in new investments from Samsung, Hyundai, SK, and LG. I understand the executives of those companies here. Would you please stand up?
Love a good Hyundai. Love a Hyundai.
Thank you. And I think we'll do great work together.
Good thing.
These new investments are going to create thousands of good-paying jobs and jobs of the future right here in the United States. And they're going to help fortify and secure the supply chains for things like semiconductors and electric batteries. I know, as I said, that the CEOs made the effort not only to do this, but to be here today. And again, I thank them for being here. I thank you for making the investments in our future and yours. Finally, I want to note that yesterday I had the honor of signing into law the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act to help Americans of Asian descent from having to live in fear
Why is
just walking
COVID-19
down
in
the
there?
streets of the United States. Quite frankly, I've been ashamed at the way some Americans have responded. And there's a long history in this country of contributions of Asian Americans being overlooked, forgotten, and ignored. And I affirm to President Moon today what I said yesterday, that we're committing and we're going to stay committed to stopping the hatred based on this bias. I promise you. Our people share a
Not in
long
the news
history.
anymore, even though it's still happening.
Our soldiers have fought alongside one another. Our scientists work side by side in both our countries. Our students study together, share ideas, and seed new opportunities for future collaboration. And our people-to-people and cultural connections are only growing. And K-pop fans are universal. Now, I can tell those who laughed know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, I'll get back to that later.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Korean actors took home an Oscar for supporting actors this year,
I didn't write that. Somebody else
following
wrote
up
that.
on the 4 Oscar wins for the movie Parasite last year. And so our two countries, our two nations have the tools and the deep connections that we need to make even stronger alliances and stronger cooperation. And I want to thank you again for the meetings today, Mr. President, particularly our long private meeting. I appreciated that a great deal. And I'm looking
Yes, you were
forward
an
to
hour
working
late to
closely
this
with
press
you
conference.
and your team.
How about you
as we
apologize to
expand
me?
and strengthen our efforts to shape the future together. And I mean that literally, to shape the future together. So thank you. Mr. President.
Oops.
Honorable President Biden, Madam Vice President, I extend my deepest gratitude to you for your special hospitality and welcome. Today, leaders and delegates of Korea and the United States met each other's eye and had a dialogue. For the peoples of our two nations, this will give them hope for recovery from COVID-19, as well as a meaningful gift for celebrating the 139th anniversary of our diplomatic relations. President Biden and I had an awarding ceremony for the Medal of Honor to the Korean War veteran, one-on-one meeting, as well as an expanded summit. For many hours together, we've had a very frank dialogue like old friends as regards the promotion of democracy, inclusive growth, the strengthening of the middle class, climate change response, as well as many other areas. Two of us were able to see for ourselves that we had common interests and commitments. In particular, we reaffirmed the strength of the
Did you hear that?
ROK-US alliance and confirmed the
Woman
common
is
vision for developing it
interpreting,
into
she
an
said
even
all
stronger
nasal.
one. During my visit this time, the trust that has been built up between President Biden and I will foster deeper friendship between our two peoples and lay a firm foundation that will undergird the sustainable development of the ROK-US alliance, and I say this with confidence. The most urgent common task that our two countries must undertake is achieving complete denuclearization and permanent peace on the Korean Peninsula. Recently, the Biden administration
needs to
concluded
clear
its
her
DPRK
nose.
policy review, building on past agreements, including the Singapore Joint Statement, while taking a calibrated and practical approach to seeking diplomacy with North Korea, is indeed a welcome direction of the Biden administration's North Korea policy. During the course of the review, our two countries closely coordinated with each other in lockstep, which I note with much appreciation. Moreover, I welcome President Biden's appointment of Ambassador Sung Kim as Special Representative for North Korea policy. This reflects the firm commitment of the U.S. for exploring diplomacy and its readiness for dialogue with North Korea. I have high expectations, all the more as such a man of high caliber with expertise in the Korean Peninsula issues has been appointed. President Biden and I discussed the dialogues based on commitments made between the two Koreas and between the U.S. and North Korea are essential for making a peaceful Korean Peninsula. This is the belief that we were able to reaffirm. Moreover, President Biden also expressed his support for the inter-Korean dialogue and cooperation. Under close cooperation with the U.S., we will work to facilitate progress in inter-Korean relations so as to achieve a virtuous cycle with U.S. DPRK dialogue. Moving forward as well, Korea and the United States will continue close communication while exploring our North Korea approach through dialogue and diplomacy. On that, I expect a positive response from North Korea. When strong security is firmly in place, we can preserve and make peace. Two of us agreed to further reinforce our combined defense posture and reaffirmed our commitment to a conditions-based transition of wartime operational control. It is also with pleasure that I deliver the news on the termination of the revised missile guidelines. The signing of ROK-US Special Measures Agreement on burden sharing in the early days of the Biden administration displays for the world the robustness of our alliance as a symbolic and practical measure.
Today at the summit, President Biden and I decided to expand our cooperation in new emerging areas that are relevant for the changing times and landscape. First, to surmount COVID-19, our most urgent task, we pledge to pool our strength together. America's advanced technologies and Korea's production capabilities will be married to establish a comprehensive CORUS global vaccine partnership. Collaboration between our two countries will boost global vaccine supply and contribute to accelerating
the other girl
a
left.
complete
It's a
ending
whole different
of
voice.
COVID-19. Through the global health security agenda, which aims to enhance infectious disease response capability, multilateral cooperation will be pursued as well. Under this broad framework of vaccine cooperation, illustrating the robust ROC-US alliance, an important announcement was made. President Biden pledged to supply vaccines to Korean servicemen. I thank you, Mr. President. This announcement of the U.S., I believe, extends the ROC-US alliance to the field of health in a meaningful measure. Second, from semiconductors, EV batteries, pharmaceuticals to other cutting-edge manufacturing technology sectors, in an effort to build secure supply chains, we committed to work in close concert. Digital transformation is accelerating, and the areas of cutting-edge emerging technologies are gaining greater importance. Korea and the U.S., in response to a post-COVID-19 era, plan to strengthen our cooperation in civil space exploration, 6G, and green energy to secure global competitiveness. Furthermore, to jointly advance into overseas nuclear power plant markets, we decided to bolster our partnership. Third, in a bid to address climate change, we will further solidify coordination between our two countries. Our two nations are already spearheading global cooperation in climate change response. Last April, the U.S. hosted the Leaders Summit on Climate successfully. Korea, for its part, in next week, is hosting P4G's Seoul Summit, once again trying to build the international community's collective will for climate change response. President Biden will participate in the P4G Seoul Summit next week virtually. I welcome his participation, which will certainly help us catalyze the international community to come together. President Biden and I participated in the ceremony for awarding a Medal of Honor to a Korean War veteran, Colonel Ralph Perkett Jr. Based on the ROC-US alliance rooted in the noble sacrifices of our heroes, our two nations will usher in a new future together, without a doubt. Today's meetings between President Biden and myself and between the U.S. and Korea will mark another milestone for bilateral cooperation towards a new era. President Biden has extended such warm hospitality, and I express my deepest gratitude once again. I look forward to our frequent communication and continued close consultation. Last but not least, yesterday, Israel and Hamas agreed on a ceasefire, which is indeed a relief. I appreciate President Biden's hard work and leadership in this regard. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the first question, I'm told, is Mary Alice Parker, ABC.
Oh, great. We have a little list of questions.
Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate it. What is your message to Democrats who want you to be more confrontational with Israel, and specifically to those that are saying that there should be an end to arms sales? I mean, do you recognize that there's been a shift, an evolution in your party, Mr. President, in the last 20 years on this issue? And I have a question for President Moon, but I can wait, or I can ask that.
There is no shift in my commitment to the security of Israel, period. No shift, not at all. But I tell you what there is a shift in. The shift is that we still need a two-state solution. It is the only answer, And what I'm convinced of is that we can now move, as I did even before I was able to negotiate, before the ceasefire was negotiated, that I made it clear that I spoke with President Abbas. We're going to make sure that we are going to provide for security in the West Bank, and we renewed the security commitment, as well as economic commitment to the people.
Struggling with this one a little bit there.
I also indicated to the Israelis that I thought it was very important that they stopped in Jerusalem this intercommunal fighting that is by extremes on both sides. It has to end. It has to end. And I'm prepared to put together, and I'm going to attempt to put together, a major package with other nations who share our view to rebuild the homes and without re-engaging, without providing Hamas the opportunity to rebuild their weapon systems, rebuild the Gaza, rebuild Gaza. And they need the help, and I'm committed to get that done. And so I don't, and I think that, my party still supports Israel. Let's get something straight here. Until the region says unequivocally they acknowledge the right of Israel to exist as an independent Jewish state, there will be no peace.
Could I ask a question to President Moon? I'm curious if the two of you have offered any assurances behind the scenes to Taiwan, and if President Biden has pushed you to take a tougher stance when it comes to China's posture towards Taiwan.
Good luck.
Good luck. That's not that hard of a question.
Well, fortunately, there wasn't such pressure. But as for peace and stability in Taiwan Strait, we agreed how important that region is. Especially considering the special characteristics between China and Taiwan, we decided to work more closely on this matter going forward. So we have a question from a Korean journalist over here. Yes, two from the left. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm Kang from Yonhap News. I have a question to both of the presidents here. As was mentioned by the former journalist, I understand that the Israel and Palestine issues is very important, but North Korea's nuclear issues is equally important. On your to-do list, what's the number that's given to the North Korean nuclear issue on your priority list, Mr. President Biden? And also to President Moon, in terms of your roadmap for resolving the nuclear issue in North Korea. I want to understand whether your time schedule actually matches and is equal to one another in terms of resolving the nuclear issues on the Korean Peninsula.
Good luck.
So to begin, under the new Biden administration, the DPRK policy review has been completed in a rather fast period of time. That means that the Biden administration puts a priority on its North Korea policy among its diplomatic tasks. And also in terms of reviewing its DPRK policy, there was a very close coordination as well as consultations between the United States and the Republic of Korea. So the principle of the negotiations towards North Korea has already been announced by the U.S. government. A very calibrated, practical, gradual, step-by-step manner, and very flexible. That is the approach that the current administration is aiming to adopt. So that is the common understanding that we have with the United States, and that we're going to continue to work forward on this. And in terms of the timeline for the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, there aren't any differences in terms of how we think about this. No differences in terms of our opinions.
I agree with what the President just said. Our goal is and remains complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. We want to make practical progress and increase security in the United States for the United States and our allies. We closely studied what others have tried and what worked and what hasn't worked. And, we're under no illusions how difficult this is, none whatsoever. And the past 4 administrations have not achieved the objective. It's an incredibly difficult objective. As we move forward, we're going to stay in very close coordination with our friends and our partners in the region, including President Moon. And we fully recognize that this is about our collective security in the Indo-Pacific region. And so, but total denuclearization is our objective. and remain so. Oh, I get to the next question, huh? I'd like to ask the press a question, if I may. Nancy Cordes, CBS.
Softball questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I have one question
CBS,
about North
ABC.
Korea and one question about Israel.
We've changed this one question thing, haven't we?
Two foreign policy questions. You have said in the past that you would not meet with Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, without certain preconditions.
Hey, Kevin, happy
What
Friday.
are those preconditions, and do you believe he would ever be able to meet them?
Well, what I never do is I never make a judgment what a man or woman is going to do or not do based on what they said. We'll see. If he made any commitment, then I would meet with him, and if there was a commitment on which we met. And the commitment has to be that there's discussion about his nuclear arsenal. And if it's merely a means by which, how do we de-escalate what they're doing? And so if that was the case, I would not meet unless there was some outline made that my Secretary of State and others would have negotiated as to how we
Some
would
easy
proceed.
questions.
But what I would not do is I would not
ABC,
do what had been
CBS,
done in the recent
the first
past.
two he's
I
called
would
on.
not give him all that he's looking for is international recognition as legitimate, and say and give them what allowed him to move in the direction of
Use your
appearing
words.
to be more, how can I say it, more serious about what he wasn't at all serious about. I'd have to know specifics. But the idea of never meeting with North Korea, I would make sure that my team had met with their counterparts, and I knew exactly what we were meeting on.
And then in the wake of all of your conversations this week, what is your relationship like now with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu? Do you have certain expectations that he will bolster the rights of the Palestinian people in some way? And if so, did you convey that to him in your conversations?
One of the reasons why we're able to get the
They have rights
ceasefire
there.
in 11 days, they didn't do what other people have done. I don't talk about what I tell people in private. I don't talk about what we negotiate in private. What I can assure you, though, is that the last time it took 56 days and then 6 months to get a ceasefire. I'm praying this ceasefire will hold. I take Bibi Netanyahu when he gives me his word. I take him at his word. He's never broken his word to me. And but what I've made clear is that it's essential. It's essential that the Palestinians on the West Bank be secured, that Abbas be recognized as the leader of the Palestinian people, which he is. Hamas is a terrorist organization. We've recognized that. But that doesn't mean we should not be in Gaza, rebuilding Gaza for all those innocent people who, in fact, have been hurt and have been collateral damage, including loss of homes and a whole range of other things, as well as insisting that Israeli citizens, whether they be Arab or Jew, are treated equally. Israeli citizens, and that's what was going on in Jerusalem. And so that has to come to an end. And the Prime Minister
Bibi
knows
no.
my views. But
The old Bibi no.
commitment that was given was immediately kept. From the very beginning, I told him what our objective was, that there needed to be a ceasefire, and he, in fact, kept his commitment in the time frame in which he said he would do it. Thank you. And by the way, I wasn't the only one that spoke to him. I looked down here, every major player on my team, from Secretary of Defense to Secretary of State, all the way down the line, and our National Security Advisor were in constant contact with their counterparts in Israel, in Egypt, and throughout the Middle East. This was not something that was just done with a casual conversation between myself and Bibi. I have, presumptuous of me to say this, but Mr. President, but I think I've got a great team. And I spent a lot of time with El-Sisi on the phone in Egypt, and they've done a commendable job of bringing Hamas to the table and getting them to agree to a ceasefire as well. Thank you.
They just ran out of Iran's rockets, probably.
Is that it?
You serious? You're only gonna take
Yes.
questions from ABC and CBS?
A lady. All ladies do not raise their hands.
What? Oh, ladies. What? Ladies, raise your hands.
Do we not have female journalists from Korea?
Awkward. Give a mic to a Korean lady in the front. What's going on?
Good afternoon from Korea Herald. My name is Lee Ji-yoon. The Korean people are very curious about vaccines and they're waiting for the good news regarding vaccine. I understand that you've had a lot of discussions with President Biden regarding vaccine, and I wonder whether you have any good news to deliver to the people of Korea. And
said we're
has there
sharing
been any
vaccines
meaningful
with
achievement that
soldiers
you
first.
want to go into the details of? Yes. Regarding vaccine cooperation, you can read the joint statement and also the remarks that were issued as press release today. But to emphasize it once again, between the U.S. and Korea, for vaccine cooperation,
Yes.
there will be a comprehensive partnership to be established between our two nations, and there has been an agreement between our two sides on that. The U.S. has the ability to develop vaccines, and Korean companies have the capacity to produce a biomedicine. And we are going to combine those capabilities so that we can boost vaccine supply, so that we can accelerate the rollout of vaccines to the entire world, especially in the Indo-Pacific region. For supplying vaccines to that region, I believe that we'll be able to make a contribution in that regard. And in that process, Korea, in my opinion, will get some help in stabilizing our vaccine supply. And at the same time, for the sake of the ROC-US alliance, President Biden decided to provide vaccines to the servicemen in Korea.
See?
As soon as the U.S. is ready, I understand there will be an announcement to be made by the U.S. side.
Just prematurely make that. Now, there are 550,000 Korean soldiers, sailors, airmen who work in close contact with American forces in
I
Korea.
keep playing with the microphone
We'll provide
levels.
full
Biden's so
vaccinations
quiet
for
and everyone
all
else is so loud.
550,000 of those Korean
It's obnoxious.
forces engaging with American forces on a regular basis, both for their sake as well as the sake of the American forces. In addition to that, we've talked about the ability to have vaccines produced with our working with, and this is in the offing, working with one of the major vaccine producers in the United States, and where Korea is incredibly sophisticated, and with the help of that particular company will be able to make significant numbers of vaccines for themselves. And lastly, it is my hope and expectation, I cannot commit to it because we don't know for certain, but we think that over the remainder of 2021, we're going to be able to vaccinate every American. We have enough vaccine to vaccinate every American, period, right now. And we're going to be able to do that by the midsummer, and we're going to continue to get more people to engage in seeking the vaccine. I never have believed that there's a large percentage of Americans who will not take the vaccine. And we're doing very imaginative things, and states are, to get people to show up and have the vaccine. But we believe that between the second half of 2021 and going in through 2022, we could produce as many as another 1 billion doses of vaccine. Because it's not just, and this is what I like about this president, he's not just talking about any more than I'm just talking about the United States or just Korea. He's talking about the Indo-Pacific. He's talking about the world. We, with advanced capabilities, have an obligation to do everything we can to provide for protection of the entire world.
No.
I know that is
It's out of the kindness of our hearts, not obligation.
Proposal. But I think the nations that
New
have
world
that
order crap
capacity
right
are
there.
going to be continuing to work
Obligation.
toward getting that done. And so thank you. if you're not asking me a mean one like you usually do.
It's something interesting.
Oh my gosh, a mean one.
President Obama says that there is footage and records of objects in the skies.
Yes,
these
UFOs.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
UFOs.
And he says we don't know exactly what they are. What do you think? that it
Biden,
is?
tell us her UFOs
I would
are
ask
real.
him again. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you son of a.
Come on, Walt, let's go.
And the conspiracy continues. What a freaking fart face. That was an opportunity to tell us the UFOs are real right there, and you decided not to. Well, Biden, thanks for making me wait a freaking hour before you started, and was it worth it? I guess for that last question, it was worth it. Thank God there's Fox News reporters asking funny questions. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and as always, I'll see you on the next episode of the Derek O'Shea Show. Don't forget to subscribe and click like and share, and let the